Hey, I just found this here, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I'm always harping on cycles and how weather works in cycles, and some are longer term, some are shorter term, and found something interesting here. At least I thought it was interesting. And this is the NAO index from 1950 to 2012, and it has a standardized mean. Now, overall, here I want you to notice between 1950 and 1980, we're generally in a negative NAO. There was a little spike here. It was positive for a few years in there, but overall. Oh, by the way, this is for the January, February, March period. So basically negative from 1950 to 1980. Then from 1980 to 2010 is generally positive as an overall rule during those 3 months. Now take a look here at what that means for the sensible weather. Now here's the precipitation from 1950 to 1980. You can see it's dry down here across the south, wet across the Pacific Northwest, and generally average to above average from the Tennessee Valley up through New England. So that's with the negative. And here are temperatures, and overall you can see very cold across much of the country. Average across the deep south and up to the southern mid-Atlantic, and then average to below average for much of the Northeast, except extreme northern Maine, but above average there is a relative term, of course. We'll look now at what happened between 1980 and 2010, and here's our precipitation. And look here, it's very dry across the Tennessee Valley. Remember, it was very wet, and the other one, it was wet across the Pacific Northwest. That's changed as well. That's now dry. Still have some above average across New England, but for the most part, the Mid-Atlantic is average to slightly below average on precipitation. Now, look what happens with temperature when you go. It's pretty much torch, if you want to use that term here, across the northern plains. Much of the country, much of the east, is warm relative to normal in that positive NAO standardized phase. So that's something to look for. Now, look here, look what's happening. We're coming out of that 30-year cycle. We're starting to go down again. So going forward, maybe this is what we have to look forward to going forward over the next several years and decades coming up. So just something to watch for, something I just happened to notice, and but I thought it was interesting how those cycles work nicely there.